Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gebo the Shaman, and today we are talking about what happens when we have the sun placed in the second house in your birth chart. So we'll be talking about that and what that means. So before we get into it, I'd just like to let you guys know that I am a Vedic astrologer. I do Vedic astrology readings professionally, so if you want to check out any of my courses, any of my products, services, courses, anything like that, then you can check out GeboTheShaman.com. I'm having a huge bundle sale right now, so you can go over there and check that out. Alrighty, so what is Sun in the second house? Well, in order to understand this position better, we need to understand what the Sun means. Then we'll talk about what the second house is, and then put them together, and we create our own analysis from that. So, alright, what is the sun? So the sun is representative of the government, representative of the soul, I guess you could call it the collective soul, so like the collective consciousness or whatever. Whereas Jupiter represents our own individual soul, but Sun represents like Sun is like how we interact with others, our own individual expression shared with others. So this is how we would act in our public life and things like that. It represents our career. It also represents creative self-expression, so artistic expression, like acting and music and all kinds of stuff. You know, really putting yourself out there on stage in the light for the public to see. That's what the sun is. So the sun is your ego. It has a lot to do with your ego and how you relate to others through your ego. Because we all need an ego. Ego just means identity, but if your ego is not balanced, then you know it's not a good thing. So anyway, so the second house, hold on guys, let me just pause this because I have a dump truck coming through. Okay, I think we're back. So yeah, the sun represents you know, your ego and things like that. It represents government, royalty. It represents your public life, your reputation, your ego, how you get along with others, and so yeah, so that's what the sun represents generally. So then your second house, what is your second house? Well, your second house is the house of your values. The house of your valuables. It's the house of your assets. It's the house that you know, of the things that you value, you know, honesty, integrity, you know, things like that. So it doesn't have to be like tangible stuff, but it's just like the values that you've been raised up to appreciate. And so these values come from your family. So the second house represents your family as well. Because who gives you your values, you know, growing up is your family. Or at least that's the ideal situation. Anyway, so second house is traditionally ruled by Taurus. It is traditionally ruled by or lorded by Venus. And so it has Taurus correspondences. So Taurus is the second sign of the zodiac corresponding to the second house. So Taurus, second house has to do with valuables, possessions, savings accounts, acquired accumulated wealth, like not the wealth that you earn from a paycheck, like that would be like incoming gains, but this is like acquired wealth and like savings accounts, investments, things like that. So alright, so when you have Sun in the second house, that means that you could do very well financially. In fact, you could have a career in finance. This also has to do with your values. So you could get very morally self-righteous when it comes to imposing your values on other people, and you'll have a very strong belief system, like this is what you should do and why are you not doing it, and any other way is bad kind of thing. Like just this very because what is the Sun? The Sun is the ego. The Sun is your identity. So it's basically saying the Sun in the house of values that means that your ego and your identity is wrapped up in value, like your values, like your morals, your ethics. So this could become a problem. This could cause somebody to be very self-righteous and think of themselves as morally superior to other people, as having more value than other people. And that's not good. Because, sorry, but you don't. You are just as valuable, just as loved as everybody else. So, so that can be a challenge, getting the ego in the way of perceiving one as, valued and stuff like that. So they might have their own, they might, think of themselves as better than other people or things like that. So that's a problem. But, let's see, other than that, because of, I should divide this up into two categories. They will seem very, very self-righteous and think of themselves as better than others because of their self-righteousness. And two, they they'll have, how should I say this? They'll have a very materialistic side of them. So Sun in the second house is very materialistic, and their ego gets wrapped up in that materialism. They think that they, once again, are more valuable, have more worth, are better than other people just because they have better things or more things, or because of their financial status and things like that. So that's not a good thing either. So, that's, yeah. And then to just being very, very self-involved, consumed with their own ego and things like that. Like their time will be spent like getting what they want and doing what they want and whatever. And so it's all this thing to like fulfill them and make them feel whole. But this is just a sign of an ego imbalance. So anyway, let me see how I am on time. And we are good. Alright, so so Sun in the second house, that's pretty much all I had to say for that one. But I mean, if you look at the 8th house, which is 7 away from the second, that means that they can actually, like, the 8th house is shared assets and in-laws and things like that, like, and so these people can be very, can kind of overshadow that, can cast a shadow on that, and so that can bring some problems for them. Alright, so let's see here. So once again, I am a Vedic astrologer, so you can check out all that I have to offer. You can see everything up here, and so you can check out everything that I have to offer at gebotheshaman.com. I'm having bundle sales and stuff like that, so you can check that out. And yeah, so that's about it. Alright guys, so that does it for me, and if you want to check out my astrology readings, I specialize in career consultations and relationship readings, so you can check that out. And you can get my astrology certification course and become a certified Vedic astrologer. So when you pass that test, I will give you your own website. So, and not only that, but also refer clients to you. So that's a great way for you to make some extra cash on the side, or you can make that your full-time business if you like. There's no limits. Then we have the birth time rectification. So birth time rectification is great for those people who are just coming into astrology or who might not know their exact birth time down to the minute. And it is important that we get that down to the minute. So if you have any concerns about or questions about your birth chart or your birth time, then pick up a birth time rectification. It does take me a long time to do that, but I mean, I guarantee that I can get it down to the minute. So that's not a lot of astrologers offer that, so check that out. And then we have the distance energy healing. If you're having any kind of mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, psychological difficulties or anything like that, then the distance energy healing is definitely good for that. And then we have the career coaching and the life coaching, so you can check that out. It's great for, people who are just trying to find out what they want to do in life. If you're not sure what you're wanting to do in life and you're just kind of wasting time waiting for life to pass you by and not taking action, that is the hugest waste of time ever. So instead of sitting there pondering, what am I supposed to be doing in life? You can actually get a consultation with me and find out in 1 hour. So I haven't had a client yet that I haven't had success with and been able to help. So then we have the Qigong courses. So I have the Self-Transformation Challenge right there and the Cosmic Qigong right there. So those are two great courses for beginners in Qigong. and it's a daily practice that you do every day. And you know, when you do it every day, it really transforms your unconscious mind, your energy body, and it leads to better health, better sleep, better, better mood for sure. So that's the one thing that's changed my life the most, is the self-transformation challenge right there. That actually combines Kundalini Yoga, Qigong, the heart center energy, which is called the Shen, and meditation. So, yeah, it's very powerful. Alrighty, guys, so that does it for me, and we will talk to you next time. Peace.